Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone has had a beautiful, blessed Tuesday. And I may not post this till Wednesday. So, whenever you see this, I just pray that you are well, healthy, and thriving and pouring into yourself. Um, Something that has fell on my mind in these last few days is within the journey of my life, I have made it my mission to not become my trauma, to not wear your trauma as an identity. And as hard as that may be sometimes when you've been through so much, trust me, I get it. It is hard to walk through hell and to come out unscathed, but it is possible. Um, and the point of it is not even to come out unscathed. I will say, instead of taking the wounds, we'll say, use a metaphor, the wounds from the fire and making them your armor, like putting up the walls and like identifying with every piece of it, taking every piece of it with you. Instead, my goal has always been to extract the wisdom from it. Like, okay, I went through this taught me this. So next time, or I can come, I can face the same things or even different things with new eyes. So let's see, what can I use in this example? Like life in general. The if you notice in life, you're either repeating cycles or you evolving from the cycles. So one example would be you may come across a similar situation or even a person, place, or thing that may draw out a trigger from you of something that you've been through. Um, you can either choose to repeat the cycle of whatever that trauma may have been, or you can choose to look at it from the new eyes and the wisdom that you gained from it previously and be like, okay, I see that this is something I no longer resonate with. I can show it love and not make it my identity. It's okay, babes. Um, and when you do that, you, like I said, you don't repeat the cycle and you don't let everything become a trigger. Like our perspective is what make life. We can't control life first and foremost. You will never be able to control life. You will just hurt yourself trying to do it. Trust me, I know. So instead of trying to control life, the only thing you can control is your inner world, how you perceive things, your perspective. So when you realize that life is based off your perspective, you're able to not let everything be a trigger. And let's be honest, triggers are normal, but how you respond to that trigger is what I've had to like come to terms with myself. First of all, no one is perfect. The point of any of this is never to be perfect. You will be chasing insanity trying to be perfect. Perfectionism is not real. It is something that is created to get you to stop loving who you are. But and that's a whole nother thing. Like professionalism is something that I dealt with for years, like not even trying to be perfect, but just trying to seem like I had it all together, which like I said at one point I thought I did. And you know what I would say? Sometimes when you carry things well, it looks like you're not carrying it. Like I don't look like what I've been through, and I take that as a compliment. And because if I look like what I've been through, oh my gosh. Angels walk with me incredibly. But like I said, it's all coming back to just not looking at life from the perspective of your trauma, which I know is easier said than done. So please know that I'm saying this with so much love and so much understanding, and that I understand completely what it is like to go through hell in life. I get it. But it is also so much beauty in life. And when you identify solely with the traumas, you miss the beauty and even sometimes the wisdom that came from it. Like, yeah, I went through this. yeah, this happened. Like, let's see, it's a lot of situations I can use an example, but let's just say something that a lot of people deal with. Not everybody, definitely everybody. Relationships, whether if it's with friendships, family, romantic partners, whatever the case may be. You may have been someone that have dealt with a narcissist before, and let's just say that because I can definitely relate to that in the past years of my life. We all know what a narcissist is, and if you don't, Google it, I suppose. But the gaslighting, the just just a lot. It is hard to come out of that situation or even to be in that situation and still like have your own, what can I say? It's hard to explain, but I know someone out there gets what I'm saying. It's hard to come out of that situation and be in that situation and not see yourself as the victim. Because for so long I used to say, why am I being treated this way? Why is this happening when I'm showing up this way, when I'm doing all that I can, or I'm, you know, not returning the energy? And realized I wasn't the victim because at that point I was just abandoning myself. And like a lot of healing, just a lot of the things we go through in life comes back to self abandonment a lot of times. So I had to stop being a victim and just change my perspective. Like I can't control what someone else is doing, but I'm also no longer attaching my worth to what someone else is doing. So also know that as well. I don't know who out there needs to hear this, but do not let the way people treat you or your past trauma make you think that you're not worthy of more, that you're not amazing, that you're not lovable, that you're not capable, whatever. I don't care what it is, who it is. I don't care what Tom, Dick, and Sally said. You are amazing. You are limitless. You are powerful. Your perception of you is the only thing that matters. Point blank. Your perception of you is the only thing that matters. Everyone else is going to perceive you based off their own limitations or their own projections. And a lot of everything is a mirror. So please understand that sometimes, if not all the time, when people look at you in a certain way, especially if it's in a negative light or a judgmental light, it's something in within themselves that they're judging. It's something in within themselves that they may feel like you're embodying that they can't, when in reality they can embody it. They just have to take the light off of you, stop focusing on their energy on what the next person is doing, and put it on themselves. And when you put it on yourselves, you're able to embody all that you want to embody. But that's a different note. Someone needed to hear that because that came through strongly. But and I needed to hear it at one point as well. Because I used to always take the way life seemed to have been treating me or people were treating me. I'm just like, well, dang, is it something I'm doing wrong? And while, yes, sometimes self abandonment can come into it as well, it still does not dictate your worth. Because, like I said, we are human, we are not perfect. It is no point to try to be perfect. But, like I said, this may be all over the place, but the ones that get it will get it. At this point, I just sit down and I'll just like, God, my angels, ancestors, anything that wants to come through, may it come through. So I'm just going to say whatever comes out. But not becoming your traumas. Huh. I've channeled a lot on this message also. I had to write down some things as well. My little channeling book here, one of them. It's a small one. But walking through hell and coming out unscathed. I can only speak for myself when I say that I am glad I didn't let life make me a villain. I didn't let my trauma make me bleed on others because let's be honest, we will never be able to control other people's lives or how people perceive you, but what you can control is how you allow your wounds to make you move through life. When you fell down as a kid off a bike, because we used to do some crazy stuff on bikes. Let me just say that. When you fell and scraped that knee, y'all know that scrape I'm talking about. You just felt like it was just the end of the world until it got better. You may have still seen that scar, and you may still see that scar. Some scars don't fully go away. You may still see that mark, or it may have went away, but your whole body didn't become that wound. Like you're not fixated on that wound. If that wound is still showing, it is a part of who you are, but it is not who, like, it's on you, but it's not who you are. Like you're not the person that fell down on the bike and scraped the knee. You're not the wound. You're the person that overcame that wound. Your body is the thing that overcame it. So it's the same thing with your mental, emotional, psychological traumas. Like you're not the hell that you went through. You are the person that overcame it. You are the person that came out on the other side. However you may have came out. Like I said, everyone everyone's battles are different, and everyone's level of consciousness is different, and that is not like a, oh, someone is better than anyone. Let me say this: you are no better, and I am no better than that ladybug outside or that bird outside. We are all extensions of God. We are all creations of God. No one is better than anyone, but we are better than certain situations. So let me say that you are allowed to say, I'm better than this situation. I'm better than what this thing is giving me. But it doesn't mean that you're better than the next person. A lot of people go through life thinking they're better than a CEO. Not all CEOs, but a CEO may think they're better than a janitor or whoever, when in reality, no, the furthest things from truth. But just going through life and realizing that it's gonna happen. Stuff is gonna happen. It is going to happen. A lot of it will be out of your control. For example, death. Some people may look at death or just losing, not even just death, just anything you may lose, whether if it's a material thing, a person, a habit, whatever. You may look at it as like, oh, if I don't, like, I need to put up this wall so I don't lose anything. I don't want to get attached to anything or anyone because, oh, I don't want to open up to anything or anyone because, well, what happens if this ends, or what happens if I lose it, or what happens if that, like, imagine putting walls around your heart to the point where, yeah, you're blocking out connection, you're blocking out the possibility of losing people and disappointment and hurt, you're blocking it out, but you're also blocking out love, you're also blocking out happiness, you're also blocking out joy, you're also blocking out the possibility for something to be beautiful. And it's this saying, what is it? I may butcher this, so bear with me, but I know people know what I refer to when I say this, but it's a question that someone asked. It was like, if you were given the opportunity to experience the greatest love life could ever give you, but it ends in tragedy, whatever that tragedy may be, would you say yes or no? Most people would say no, that I don't want to go through that because if it's going to be this good and I have to lose it, then what's the point? Personally, for me, I'm going to say yes because the whole point of life is love. The whole point of life is opening your heart to experience the beautiful things that God loves to give us, the gifts. The pain is a gift, the grief is a gift, the happiness is a gift, the joy is a gift, the tragedy is a gift. Because at least you can look back and say, I experienced it. And that is where presence come in too. Wearing your trauma as your identity also takes away your presence from the moment because you're so busy, or personally for me, I used to be so busy thinking about what could happen because in the past this happened, or remember when this happened, when you got this close to this or whatever. It it took away the presence. It took away my ability to enjoy everything for what it was in that present moment. Because looking back, all you do is lose time. All you do is lose the opportunity to experience when you're holding on to the past or you're holding on to what could happen. When that holding on to the past and clinging to the anxiety of the future is what takes away your presence. And like I said, that all draws back to wearing the trauma as your identity. Like, yes, you can go through hell. And some people may look at this and be like, well, you don't know what I've been through. Or I can't just forget this. Hey, I give nothing but love and sympathy for anyone that feels that way or anyone that may be going through it. But I will say, 20 years from now, do you want to look back and just still be on that one thing or like that one trauma? Like I said, I say this with love and so much compassion, but you're never going to be able to go back and undo the past, and you're never going to be able to control the future. So, what can you do in this moment to help yourself? Be present, be grateful. Think of what you gained from it, because some of the things we think end or is tragic, it's it taught us something. It either, like, for example, death is one of the most permanent things in the world. So I do reference that a lot. It's an uncomfortable, so it used to be an uncomfortable subject for me. So shout out to me for just actually being able to speak of death so easily now, because it wasn't always easy for me. But you may look at like losing someone to death like, I don't want to get close to anyone else, but think of the memories that you have. Like, I think of my grandma so much. Like, when death first happens, of course you think of the situations and you get sad, but now I look at them and I smile because, yeah, I may not be able to feel her in a physical sense like I used to, and just hug her and just oh, my grandma, my grand, just my just my grandparents. I love them so much, and they always walk with me now. But like I was saying, like, I wouldn't trade those memories for anything in the world. Like, I wouldn't not get close to my grandparents because, oh, one day this is gonna happen. Like, I would never go back in a million years and even want that to be. So it's the same thing. Like, yeah, you can say, oh, I want to block myself off from connection. I don't want to get close to people. But go ahead. Go right ahead. You're gonna be blocking yourself off from some of the greatest memories you can ever have in life. just uh just thinking about, just nostalgic. I don't know if it's the past retrograde or what, but just nostalgia of just the memories, the great memories that you have with some people that are deceased, or even people that are not even deceased. There are people that I've came across, whether things ended abruptly, badly, good, whatever. There have been some great memories I've had with people, and I wouldn't trade anything or any person that I've ever experienced. I wouldn't go back and undo anything. I don't care. Even if they may feel like, oh, they may feel like it ended badly or whatever, but it was still a gift. But let me see. There's some things I wanted to touch on. Let's see. Yeah. Like I said, be aware enough of your wounds to not bleed on others, because what trauma has taught me is to hold more compassion and love for people, because you never know what people are going through. For so long, I was joking and smiling to people, and I wasn't always okay. I felt like I was okay in the moment, but deep down, I wasn't. And it made me want to show up for others and make sure they were okay, which is a beautiful thing. I love that about myself. Like I said, now I pour from a full cup. I used to pour from an empty, but now I pour from a full one. But one of the most beautiful things about experiencing trauma is having compassion for others and being able to say, okay, I know what it feels like to feel this emotion, so I don't want to be the reason why this person experienced that, you know? I don't want to be the reason why someone cries, or I don't want to be the reason why someone feels unseen. I don't want to be the reason why someone doesn't feel worthy. I don't want to be the reason why they may stay up at night crying. I don't want to be that reason. So, how can I show up as the best version of me, not just for others, but for myself? Because when you show up as the best version of yourself, or at least be aware enough of the wound so that you're not bleeding out on others, it naturally triggers like on externally. So it's really just about doing it for yourself, and naturally it's going to happen outside of you too. So, like I said, I can't control other people's paths. I can't control other people's destinies. All I can control is how I affect their life and how I allow them to affect mine. Let oof, definitely do both, but definitely be mindful how you allow other people to affect your life. Protect your peace. That's like I wish I can just get that a shirt or a tattoo everywhere on my body that says that. Protect your peace. It's all you have. Your internal state of peace, your internal world is really all you have because nothing outside of you belongs to you. Everything is fleeting. Everything can change in a blink of an eye. But no matter what changes, you will still be in your body. You will still be you. You will still have your experiences. You will still have your inner world, your emotions. So make sure you're okay. So make sure you're not bleeding out on others in a negative way. And make sure you're not allowing people to bleed out on you because that is very real. People are constantly projecting their traumas on everyone else. And we're human. Like I said, I give compassion to everyone. But think about someone that you may, let's say you go through a drive through, because it's too common, and you get someone that just has the worst attitude. Like you can tell they've had a bad day. I used to kind of return that energy back years ago. I used to return that energy. Like, okay, you want to get an attitude, I'm gonna get an attitude with you too. What you entertain, you become. The energy, what you give energy to, it expands it. And this is quantum physics. Like what you give energy to expands. Okay, you can allow that person's energy to rub off on you. Now you're sharing that energy. Now you probably have an attitude, and now someone calls your phone and you got a little snappy attitude. Now you're passing that energy on to them. Versus now, how I like to operate. You see someone go through a drive through, whatever, they got an attitude. I ask, how are you today? Just, buffer. You okay? You ready to go home? Because that's usually what they that's usually what it is. Like, you ready to go home? And they usually have like a smile or they just start laughing or like they just let out a little bit. Yes. And right there, you just helped someone energy get a little bit better, even if it's just a little, and you didn't let that energy bleed out onto you. At least you didn't receive it because you could have received it. You didn't let you didn't let someone else's energy become your energy. So like I said, while you also need to be mindful of not bleeding on others, please do not let others bleed on you because that matching energy that people love to say, oh, you want to do this, I can match your energy. You want to go, you go to hell, I'm gonna go deeper in hell. I'm not going to hell with you. You can stay there on your own. I'm not going to hell. I'm not going to the blue part of hell, the orange part of hell. I'm not going to any of it. If you want to do this, if you want to operate this way, if you want to be rude or mean, or you want to just have an attitude, you can do that. I'm going to stay in my energy. The real test of life is maintaining your energy no matter what chaos is going on around you. People are going to be mad. People are going to project on you. People are going to be happy. People are going to be joyful. Share that energy. I mean, hey, take the happiness and joy from feed off of that. But just if someone wants to go to hell, don't go to hell with them. Because guess what? Now you both in hell. Now you both hot. What did that solve? Yeah, you may have gotten a little bit of a out of it, like, oh, your ego is satisfied. But that ego is what get people, oof, that ego is what get people life lost, what get people in jail for the rest of their lives, what get people losing some of the best opportunities they've had in their life. That ego, and let me also say this, your ego is a part of who you are. It's your humanness. But you have to have a balance between your ego and you just need to have a balance. You just need to know when your ego is taking too much of the wheel. Like it's like emotions. Your emotions are gonna always be there, but don't let your anger get you in a messed up situation that you can't undo for the rest of your life. It's the same with your ego. It's one of the same. So, like I said, people want to go to hell. Let them. I'm not someone that's gonna match energy. I don't match energy. I rise above it. You won't always see me rising up. I refuse to go down with people because if you let misery loves company, if you let people take you down with them, they will take you to the gutters of hell. And you can't let people do that. So, yeah, like I said, to sum that all up, don't bleed on others and don't let others bleed on you. Know when to say no. Let's see. What else did I channel over these last few days? Yeah, oh yeah. Another thing with not matching energy. Karma karma the way karma works is them tables will always turn. And people think that, oh well, if someone do this to me and I respond, then is that karma is gonna hit them, not me. No, that's not how the universe works. Karma is karma. What you put out, you get back. What you put out, you get back. So if anyone is thinking that, oh, I'm gonna put out this energy and I'm gonna pretend like I'm not doing this, or I'm just gonna, throw stones and hide my hands. Baby, God see you. He sees you. It sees you. The universe, creation, spirit, source, all the same. It sees you. You can't fool the universe. You can fool your next person, you can fool your friends, you can fool your family. You can't fool the eyes of God. So if you choose to match the energy of someone that is choosing to operate like that, yes, they're gonna get their karma. Whether if it's tomorrow, whether if it's 5 years from now, whether if it's 5 months from now, they're gonna get their karma. But what you, sorry, the wind, the wind is knocking the thing at the door. Excuse me, it's okay, baby. But the karma, you don't need to take on other people's karma, because at the end of the day, yes, they may do this to you, but how you respond determines your karma. How you respond determines your next steps in life. So sometimes you just gotta let people be in hell by themselves. And I say hell is like, because what is traditional people say nowadays? Oh, people take it. People want to go low, I take it to hell. That's why I'm using that term, because it's so common now. But that matching energy is why people are continuously in loops, repeating cycles of trauma and karma, and just like they feel like they're just stuck. You're stuck. No one is ever stuck, but mentally, if you feel like you're stuck, look at how you're responding to things, look at how you're perceiving things. So yeah, karma knows no name. It doesn't look at like, well, oh, who did it first? Oh, I hit them first, or they hit me first. Baby, the karma gonna hit regardless. So keep your karma clean and don't match energy. Point blank. What else? Because I'm also cooking dinner. My dinner will be ready soon. My sweet potatoes in the oven. But like I said, don't put up walls around your heart, because you're also blocking yourself off from love and just abundance. Like, yes, you may avoid disappointment and hurt, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's a part of freaking life. But you're also blocking off love, which is the whole point of life. Keep your heart open, keep your mind open. Mm, Something else that I came into realized the other day is like, when you don't want to do something, like let's just say the washing machine, the dryer do their job, and now is your turn. Start tricking your brain to do the hard things. Start tricking your brain to be like, you know what, this isn't that hard. I can do this. I can knock this out. Because those little small little tricks that you're doing with the brain, it's just tricking you to, like, when you get to the real big things that you normally don't want to do. Let's say if you want to, something I want to do, which people may think is crazy, is skydiving. Yes, I want to go skydiving. I'm a very adventurous person. I pray my husband is as adventurous as me. Like, he just needs to say yes. Like, God got us. The protection that comes with me, and that will, like, it is divine. We good. Let's just live life. I ain't doing bungee jumping though. I don't know. I just skydiving. I rather skydive than bungee jump. That's just me. But like, those things was like, oh, I'm scared. Do it scared. Do it tired, because procrastination, once you procrastinate once, it becomes a habit. And when it becomes a habit, you don't want to do nothing. Just nothing. Everything is a task. Everything's a problem. Everything's a burden. But when you start just doing stuff like, I'm gonna knock this out. Boom, that's done. It's done. Like you don't have to come back to it later and be like, oh, I still have to do this or I have to do this tomorrow. Like just get it done. Like I went and got an oil change today and I wasn't really prolonging that. My mileage just wasn't where it needed to be for my oil change to be a priority. But I could have put it off because it finally got over the mileage. I was like, okay, cool. I could have put it off. Like I don't feel like waiting and blah blah. But now that it's over with, I'm like, dang, I'm good for a while. Like so, yeah, just trick your brain. Like I said in the last episode, tricking your brain, the power of the mind, tricking your brain to see abundance and not letting it limit you. Procrastination is also another limit as well. So just start realizing that you are capable of doing whatever you put your mind to. And if you choose to put your mind into like, oh, I can't do it, then you can't. If you choose to say you can, then you can. But yeah, I am about to eat dinner. I pray that everyone have a beautiful, blessed day. Just a little short message, I suppose. I don't know how long I've been filming for it, but I just pray that everyone week have started off beautifully. And if it have not, the way it begins is not how it always ends. And realize that you take your power back. Change your perspective. If this week haven't started off the best for you, I know the retrograde is in it, and whether people resonate with the planets or not, we are all connected to it. You don't have to resonate with it. It's affecting you whether if you realize it or not. But between the retrograde coming off, like it's a lot. So if you've had a lot of past habits or patterns or even people that didn't serve you any good, try to, come around you, funk up your energy a little bit, show yourself some grace and continue to choose yourself and just show yourself unconditional love. So peace, love, and blessings to you all. You're worthy, you're deserving, you're amazing, you're limitless, you are powerful, you are beautiful, you are handsome, whatever you are. Just be blessed and also be the blessing.